joining me for yoga today. I think this week the weather looks absolutely beautiful, so hopefully we can all enjoy a lot of good outside time. Just soaking in that sun, getting out there, so good for us. So just a few reminders before we start. I'm Megan, by the way, if you're joining us for the first time. And we're gonna do about a half an hour of yoga. And so while you're practicing today, just remember to check in with yourself, check in with your body. If it's not feeling so great, you can come out of the pose, modify the pose, come into child's pose, sit comfortably and breathe. You know, whatever is feeling best for you. And then lastly, there's the background noise. I'm here at my house like we all are, so I hope everybody's happy and healthy. And let's get started. So we'll begin sitting nice and comfy, a nice tall straight spine. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, and you're gonna take a big long breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it go. Breathe in again and breathe out. Filling your lungs with breath, breathing in and then allowing it all to come out. Super. So here's the singing bowl. It makes a really cool sound. For those of you that have been joining me, I've been using it probably for almost all the videos, but it is a super great way to get grounded, to allow your body, mind to sort of come into the moment. And while you're listening, practice that yoga breath or breathing. You can lie down, you can sit comfortably like I am now, whatever works for you. All right. Okay. All right, you're gonna take a nice big breath in and bring your hands together over your head. As you breathe out, we're going to twist. So bringing your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, nice tall spine, and then twist it back. Coming back through the center, breathing in. As you breathe out, taking that twist to the other side, right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. You might get a nice little crack in your spine. Just bringing some movement to our spine, allowing it to warm up. Maybe take a couple circles like this in one direction, and then you're gonna switch it and go the other way. Just bringing movement to our bodies, bring your chin to your chest. Lift your chin and look up, and then maybe side to side, and then bring your ear to your shoulder and switch that up. Take half little circles here. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Whatever is feeling good, just kind of bring movement to your body, and then bringing breath. And allowing those two things to work together, that moving and breathing together, so important. All right, let's come into child's pose. Bringing your big toes together to touch. Sit back on your heels. Spread your knees open, about to the edges of your mat if you can, if that's comfortable. Child's pose can be done with your knees together as well. I find I can get my chest down on the floor, and I like to feel that stretch when my knees are apart. So drop your chest down towards the mat, stretch your hands and reach them forward, spread your fingertips, and then relax your forehead down onto the mat. And take a nice long breath in and a long breath out. Sometimes it's nice to sort of set an intention. I'm not sure if we've done that yet in any of these videos. Or think about the reason why you decided to click on this video and practice, yoga for a little bit. I typically set an intention before I practice in yoga, and it's usually to have more patience, or that this practice will bring, me more patience. So something like that, and you can think about it while we're here before we really begin flowing. But you don't have to do any of that. You can just be in child's pose and breathing. And then on your next breath in, come on into tabletop. Hands will stay shoulder width distance. Knees come out hips width distance. The tops of your feet are pressing down into the mat. A nice long spine here from the crown of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Spread your fingers. Make sure your shoulders, your elbows and wrists are all in one line. And let's breathe in and breathe out. And then let's add some movement to this tabletop, doing some cow and cat stretches. So cow pose, you breathe in, drop your belly, lift your chin, look up. As you breathe out, press through your palms, round your spine, pull your chin to your chest. This is cat pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in again. Drop your belly, lift your chin, and then breathe out. Let it go. And then we'll come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you. You're going to lift your hips nice and high and come into downward facing dog. So lift those hips nice and high. Hands stay shoulder width, feet stay hip width. You're really tilting your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Your knees can be soft in downward facing dog. You want to rotate your biceps towards the front of your mat. Release your neck and head. And breathe in and breathe out. On your next breath in, lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees. Look at your hands and then step your feet to the edges of your mat. Keep your knees bent and soft here. Fold forward with your chest, allowing your head, the crown of your head to drop towards the floor. And then grab opposite elbows. This is ragdoll. And you get to just hang out here. Maybe you sway gently side to side. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then you're going to bring your feet together to touch. Kind of shuffle them together like that. With your knees bent, slowly roll up to a standing position. And standing tall on mountain. I don't think you can see my head. So I'm just going to move this around a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay. So here we are in mountain pose. Relax your arms down by your sides. Your palms will face the front of your mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. Root your feet down, 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 down into your mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Rolling your shoulder blades together and down your back. Pull your belly to your spine. Tuck your tailbone. Take a nice long breath in and a long breath out. Next breath in, take your hands up overhead, press your palms together. As you breathe out, you're going to fold forward, Dropping yourself down again. Bring your hands to the mat. Relax and let go of that head. As you breathe in, lift halfway. So your hands can come up to your shins or your knees. You can even leave your fingertips and just draw them back towards your toes, or get your fingertips in line with your toes, with your toe tips. And you're just trying to find lots of length here in your spine. Sort of a halfway lift. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your knees down, your belly, chest, chin, and finally your forehead. Keep your hands right underneath your shoulders. Breathe in, lift into cobra. Breathe out, let it go. Breathe in, lift cobra. Breathe out, let it go. On your next breath in, press into the tops of your feet. You're going to lift your knees and thighs off the floor, come into upward facing dog. Your elbows can be soft. You're really pulling your chest and heart forward. Pressing through the tops of your feet to lift your knees and thighs. As you exhale, drop your knees down, come through your tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips, press it back as you breathe out into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's lift those heels nice and high on your next inhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold forward. So we're just moving through some sun salutations, warming up our body. On your next breath in, squeeze your knees and thighs together. Sink your hips back, come into chair pose. Stretching and reaching your hands forward, rotating your pinkies towards one another. Pulling those shoulders away from your ears. Look down, make sure you can see all your toes. Try lifting all those 10 toes up too, to keep the weight in your heels. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we'll fold forward. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, hands come down. This time, step your feet back to a high push-up position. And then we're gonna let both of our heels roll over to the right. Leave your right hand down, lift your left hand high. Come into Vastisthasana, side plank pose. And then take that left hand, bring it down, and let's roll to the other side. So both heels are rolling to the left hand stays down, right hand lifts. Press through that left palm, lift your hips a little bit higher, and then roll it back to that high push-up position. Drop your knees, belly, chest, chin. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, fold it forward. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, downward facing dog. So look forward, step that right foot to your right thumb. Pause here for a moment in this runner's lunge. Feel the length in your spine. You can walk your right foot out over to the right edge of your mat. You're gonna spin your back heel in and down, and then you're gonna root down into those feet to rise, coming into warrior number one. So make sure your feet aren't lined up like you're on a balance beam or a tightrope, okay? You can move that, scoot that right foot over towards the right. Really press into that outside edge of your back foot. Pull back on your right hip as your left hip presses forward. Reach your hands up over your head and bend deeply into your right knee. Breathe in, breathe out. We're gonna take our hands and you're gonna interlace your fingers, pressing your palms together behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades together. Really open up that chest and heart. Maybe take a look up at the ceiling. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're gonna come into humble warrior. You're gonna allow the crown of your head to drop down towards the floor. Try to keep those palms together, pressing in the back. And try to drop that right shoulder onto the inside of your right knee. And just let it go. Humble warrior. Come on back up. Release the bind with your hands. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, hands are coming down. You're gonna step that right foot back into that high plank position. We're gonna roll both of our heels over to the right. Leave that right hand down. Left hand high. Back into our Shavasana side plank pose. And maybe you try to put your foot on your right leg, like a tree pose, or maybe you lift that left foot. Maybe you need to bring that right knee down. This is side plank as well. And then we're taking that left hand down. We're gonna roll it over to the other side. Left hand down, right hand high. Pressing through that palm, lifting those hips. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, allow that right hand to drop. Allow your knees to drop. Belly, chest, chin. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, let it go. Breathe in, tabletop. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold it forward. Breathe in, one more chair, drop those hips way back, squeezing those knees and thighs together. Really reach forward with those hands. Exhale, fold it forward. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, hands down, knees down, belly, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look at your hands. Step your left foot to your left thumb. Pause here in your runner's lunge. Really set up for this warrior number one. Allow that left foot to scooch out towards the left side of your mat. Spin your back heel in and down. Rise up. Warrior number one. Now we're here with that left foot forward, bending deeply into your left knee. Outside edge of your back foot is pressing down into the mat. Pull back on your left hip as your right hip pulls or presses forward. And then you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, pressing your palms together, rolling your shoulder blades together and down your back, opening up your heart and chest. Look up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, folding down into that humble warrior. You're trying to tuck that left shoulder to the outside, or the inside, excuse me, of your left knee. Yeah. And really drop the crown of your head. Just let it go. Breathe in, come on back up. And then release the bind. Allow your hands to come up overhead. And then you're going to take that back foot and step it up to meet your front foot. Excellent. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Okay, we're going to come into eagle pose. So take your right leg. It's coming up and over your left leg. And this is fine. If you can, wrap that right foot all the way around in the back of your left calf. So tuck that in. You're squeezing those thighs together. You're sinking your hips back like you're in a chair pose. Your back is going to be nice and straight. Okay, nice straight back. Take your arms out like a T. Your right arm is going over your left arm, so left arm under your right, and then everything wraps up. Try to lift your elbows and then press your palms forward. Again, sinking into those hips, squeezing the thighs together, pulling everything in, and then we'll release. Take a big breath in, big breath out. We'll do it on the other side. So now your left leg is coming up and over the right. Again, the toe can that left foot can just sit here on the floor. If you want to, you can wrap it all the way behind your right calf. Squeezing those thighs, sinking the hips. Yep. And then arms out. And then right arm under the left. Wrap it all up. Lift those elbows. Sink those hips. And then press your palms towards the front of your mat. Really sinking back, squeezing. And then release. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Bringing your hands to heart center. And taking your hands back behind you. Palms will face the floor. Lift that left foot. Keep your left foot flexing, pressing that heel back behind you, coming into airplane pose. Lifting that heart and chest, keeping that heart and chest open. And just allowing yourself to fly here. Pulling your belly to your spine. And then slowly bring your feet back together. Clear it away, big breath in. Big breath out. And let's take that to the other side. So fly those hands back behind you. Palms will face down towards the floor. Lifting that right foot off the floor. Foot stays flexed. Keeping your heart and chest open. Holding it here. Focusing on something right straight in front of you. And then release the pose. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, fold it forward. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out. Bring those hands down. Step your feet back. Let's do it one more time. Roll both of those heels over to the right. Right hand stays down. Left hand lifts high. Vastisthasana, side plank. You got it. You're so strong. Hold it here. Taking that left hand down. Rolling the heels over to the left. Left hand down, right hand high. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You can always drop that left knee down if you need to be here. Go for it. And then let's roll it back over. Bring those knees down. Let's bring our big toes to touch. Sit back into child's pose. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Come on up. And just swing your feet around to the front of your mat. Shake your legs out a little bit. Yeah. And then point and flex your feet. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to adjust the camera again. Sorry. Coming at you. Okay. We're going to take it back into our bridge pose. So allow your feet to press into the mat. Hips width distance with those feet. Drop all the way back onto your back. Knees will stay bent. Bring your hands along the sides of your body. Your fingertips should brush your heels. That's how you know you're properly lined up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to press down into your heels. Lift your hips, allowing that chin to tuck into your chest. And then you get to watch your belly fill with breath. And then sink down as you breathe out. Breathing in, belly rises. Breathe out, let it sink. And then allow your hips to come down. Let your knees kind of rock or drop side to side like windshield wipers. And we're going to come into a figure 4 here on our back. So your right ankle is going to rest on top of your left knee. Press that right knee out. Flex your right foot. You can stay here. You can lift your left foot off the floor. Okay, and if you need more, you can sort of thread your right hand through. Okay, reach your left hand up to meet your right hand on top of that left knee and really pull yourself into this stretch. And you can rock a little bit side to side. And then release that. Bring your feet down. Gently let your knees sway side to side. And we'll set it up on the other side. So now your left ankle is going to rest on top of your right knee. Press that left knee out. Flex that left foot. You could say here. Or you can lift that right foot. You could even thread your left hand through, grabbing onto the top of your right knee. Bring that right hand around to meet up with the left. And then pull yourself into this pose. Maybe rocking side to side. And then release. Squeeze both of your knees into your belly. Give yourself a big, big hug. Maybe gently rock side to side. And then you're going to flex both of your feet up towards the ceiling, bending your knees. Grab onto the bottoms of your feet. Pull your knees down towards the floor. Make sure your lower back is pressing down into the mat. And come into happy baby. And you can release that. Pull those knees back into your belly. Open up your arms like a letter T. Allow your knees to drop over to the right as you look left. Spinal twist. And then bringing it back through center. Let's drop both of our knees over towards the left. Looking right. Getting ready to set up for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So allowing those feet to stretch long on your mat. Letting your feet drop out to the sides of your mat. Allowing your arms to drop out. Palms will face the ceiling. Allow your belly to be soft. Relax your face and jaw. Your shoulders, your neck. Really just let everything go. Everything melts down into the mat. Find stillness. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. And then let it go. Shavasana. Okay, moving slowly, wiggling your fingers and toes, allowing yourself to take a nice big stretch, a full body stretch, and then pull those knees into your belly, give yourself a big hug, rolling over onto the right side of your body in a fetal position. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Moving slowly, bring yourself back up to a comfy seated position where we began. Bring both hands to your heart. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Press your palms together in front of your heart and then lift your thumb knuckles right to your third eye center, that space between your brows. We'll breathe in, and together we'll bow and say, Namaste. Great job today, guys. Please get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. Stay healthy, stay happy. All right, and I'll see you again.